Hi guys, Sydney here. I'm sitting right now in what I consider to be like my quiet spot where I can kind of collect my thoughts, clear my mind, and just think about things that I need to get done. I think everybody should have like a spot like this that's nice and quiet, nice and still. This one right here is right near a pond, so it's very peaceful. And I thought it would be a great place for me to make a video about a topic that I think a lot of people have questions about when they're getting into the real estate industry. And that is, what school do I pick to take my online course? There's a lot of different prices out there and a lot of different levels of quality, and people have questions like, who do I invest my money into and my time as well? So what I wanted to talk about is the level of customer service that you're going to be getting from this school. It's really important to know how you're going to be treated throughout this process. A lot of people, this is very new to you, and I want to make sure that you pick a school where you're going to be treated with a lot of care and respect. And the first thing that you want to make sure that this customer service team has is different forms of communication where you can get in contact with them easily. And it has to be a form of communication that you're comfortable with. So I know a lot of people, they want to give a call to a company and be able to have one-on-one conversation with a real person who cares on the other end and who is able to answer their questions. They don't want to be limited by the number of questions that they have. They don't want to be rushed off the phone, and that's really important that you're able to get all of your questions out. I know for me personally, if I email a customer service team like a list of 5 questions, usually they only answer 1 of them or 2 of them, and I'm still left with questions. So if you're the type of person that wants to have a real conversation with someone, make sure the real estate school that you're linking up with is able to spend time on the phone with you. And if you're a student who prefers email communication or a live chat, video communication, make sure that that option is available for you too. I know sometimes you're just on the go and you have a question about your course or about the material. You need to make sure that you can reach out in a way you're comfortable with. Also make sure you know what times the customer service team is available to you. You're going to be taking your online course at all different times. There's no set schedule, so you need to make sure that they're available. And what's their weekend availability? A lot of people are doing their courses on the weekend. What type of availability do they have to answer questions on the weekend? What I would suggest doing is, before you purchase any product or invest any money or any time into a company, is give them a call and test out their customer service. See how long they're willing to spend on the phone with you, and see how thorough they are in answering all of your questions. That way you can see what type of support you're going to be receiving once you do decide to invest in their product. Something else that you can really gauge by giving that initial call to the customer service team that you're looking to purchase your online course from is the attitude that they have. A lot of companies out there are just reselling this product. You got to realize that they don't care so much about your career. And then there's other companies that this is what they specialize in and they care about you. They want to spend time on the phone with you. They don't give you an attitude when they're on the phone with you. They don't rush you off the phone. I know that personally, if I'm investing any amount of money in a company's product or service, I don't want to feel like an inconvenience to the people on the other end of the phone. That's a very negative feeling to have, and I want you guys to feel comfortable to ask questions. After all, this is a new industry that you're getting into. There are going to be questions, and when you do call the school that you're taking your course with, I don't want you to feel like you're an inconvenience to them. Another really important point that I want to bring up is, okay, how closely did this school work with the developers of the course and real estate professionals in developing the course, or are they just a reseller of this course? You're going to see a lot of difference in the value of the course if the school worked very closely with real estate professionals in developing the course, or if they're just reselling it. It's really important to see how familiar they are with the material, and can you reach out with a specific question about the material, and will they refer you to somebody or ask the question themselves to somebody who knows. Sometimes these companies are going to have like administrative staff that are there to help with basic questions, but if you have questions about law of agency, who are you going to ask? Do they have people that they can call and, you know, get you an answer, or are they just resellers who are really disconnected to the material? That's something you can ask. A very important point when you're signing up for an online course: does the school have a technical support line? Sometimes when you're taking an online course, things go wrong. There's a connectivity problem, or maybe it's just on your end, but you just need to be talked through it. Not everybody is so well versed in technology, and you want to be able to call a specific line that is going to deal with any technical issues that come up in your online class. You don't want to be, you know, on a Saturday sitting down to take your course and you can't log in for some reason. And if you can't log in, you want there to be somebody that can help you with that, and that's very important. So ask and make sure that there's a technical support line that you can call. So guys, now that I've gone over some basic and standard customer service that every real estate school should have when you're going to invest in their course, I want to talk a little bit more about the services, the support that they can provide you while you're taking this course and beyond. First of all, you want to know that you're going to be required to take 2 different exams, a school exam and a state exam. And what I would want to know when I'm investing in a course is, what is the school going to do to ensure that I pass these exams? Are there review classes, study material, you know, extra stuff, help with vocabulary? What types of services does the school offer to get you through the exam? And listen, a lot of people out there, they struggle with a learning disability. English might be their second language. They may have testing anxiety. A lot of students I talk to, they're really anxious when it comes to taking exams. And it's because sometimes it's been 10 years or 20 years since they've been in high school or college, and they're not used to it anymore. And I can definitely understand that. Sometimes testing is something that does not come easily to everyone. The questions themselves can kind of trip you up or confuse you. You may just experience a lot of anxiety, and you want to have a school that's very sympathetic towards that. Nobody wants to feel like they're going to be putting in all this time and they may not even pass an exam. You want a school that is really geared towards, listen, no matter what you're going through, we're gonna make sure that you pass these exams. And you wanna make sure that that school has a guarantee program for you. Some schools, especially these ones that are just reselling and, you know, lowballing these prices out there, they actually kind of trick you because they may not be willing to let you take your exam a second, third, fourth, unlimited amount of time, as long as you're within the time requirement. Sometimes they make you even retake the course, and that means repurchase the course. Personally, I think that's a scam. I think that the school should be very geared towards helping you pass this exam, and it should reflect back on them. They should want their students to succeed in this new career, and the first step is passing that school exam and the state exam as well. So make sure that your school is going to allow you to take your exam more than one time and is not going to recharge you, try to see you fail really, so that they can resell the course to you. That's just not right, and I don't think that's a great way to conduct business. I think you should make sure that the school is going to be patient with you, and allow for accommodations, like I said, if you do have some troubles with testing. Now guys, when you're done with your course, you've passed your 2 exams, you're going to need to go through an application process through the Department of State. You want to link up with a school who's really well aware of this process. This is what they do every day, and they're even willing to get on the phone with you and talk you through it step by step. Just like I said, not everyone knows about the Department of State website, not everyone is great with technology, and you want somebody that's there to help you, that has the time to help you. So make sure you link up with a school that either has an instruction sheet that they hand out detailing how you go through the actual application process, or they're willing to answer your questions. In order to answer your questions, that school needs to be well versed in the requirements in the state that you're in. In New York State, there's different requirements than other states, and they need to be experts in New York State requirements. They need to have a close relationship with the Department of State so that they can reach out and ask questions. They're up to date on the requirements and they can help you through that process. You're new to this. They should not be new to this. So make sure you have a school that is very well versed in the Department of State requirements in New York. A lot of these resellers are not from New York State. Their offices are located in different states and they're reselling a product hoping to gain customers in New York State. Wouldn't you rather have somebody who is local, who is naturally very well versed in the state that they are in and located right in that state? I think I would be more comfortable purchasing from a company that I know operates in the state that I'm going to be doing business in. I wouldn't want there to be any confusion between state to state for different laws. Another thing to look into before applying for your license, finding a sponsoring broker. And a lot of people, they don't know about this particular process because it's different. It's different than finding other jobs. You should be aware that you're not going to be an employee of a broker, you're an independent contractor. And really, brokers benefit from having you on their team. Instead of you being an employee of someone and getting paid by them and having to go in and interview for the position and prove that you're right for them, it's more the reverse of that situation. You're gonna need to make sure that they are the right fit for you, because really, they benefit from having you, whether you sell 1 or 10 homes a year. They don't need to babysit you, so they're just going to be collecting a check from you most likely and hopefully providing some guidance as well. So really, you're going to be interviewing them. This is a kind of a process that gets people a little tripped up because they don't know how to go in and interview somebody that they're going to be working with. Find a school that's going to guide you in the right direction of what questions you should ask the broker without pressuring you, and this is important, to go for one particular broker or another. Real estate schools are not allowed to pressure you. They're not allowed to work with a broker who's actively recruiting people, sell lists of students to brokers. They absolutely should be unbiased towards brokers. However, you may need some guidance as to what should I expect from a broker in general, and a school should be able to help you with that process. Maybe give you a list of questions that you should have answered by your broker, again, without steering you towards one particular broker or another. If you're feeling pressured by a school to sign up with a particular broker, that is against the law, and it's not a good situation. But if you do need some guidance, how does this process work? Like, do I go in and I interview these people? Should I be looking for particular training programs that they have? The school should be able to answer those questions for you and guide you as to how you should go and approach brokers, if that makes sense. You guys need to remember too, when you're signing up for a course with a school, that the school should be offering other programs related to the pre-licensing program, but beyond that are going to support you in your career when you're done with this licensing process. Remember that you're not just doing this to pass an exam, you're doing this to create a great, rich new career for yourself. And the pre-licensing course and the 2 exams are really meant to test your knowledge of real estate law, some basics. Practical skills, that needs to be taught outside of the pre-licensing program. And if this school is really legit, then they should have continuing education and sales and marketing courses to help you beyond this course. And if they're just a reseller of a pre-licensing course, probably they won't have other courses like that. And you guys got to keep in mind too that you're going to be needing to do continuing education. Every 2 years, you'll need 22.5 hours of continuing ed. Personally, I would want to link up with a school that can offer me all of this. That way, they're gonna keep all of my records. So they have a copy of records and all my certificates right there in case I need to I need to request one. Hey, I need my pre-licensing certificate, or I need it to prove that I've been in this course. I want to be able to call up the school. I want them to have impeccable records. I want them to have been around for a while so that I know that they keep a good system of records and they're not just going to go out of business a year from now. And where are my records to prove that I've been educated? By the way, you should always keep your own records, but the school should be able to back you up if you need it. So make sure that you have a school that offers courses beyond the pre-licensing course so that you can take all of your courses all at once, get familiar with this company and be able to ask questions, and even they can support you in the renewal process. Finally, guys, just go with your gut feeling. If it's a good place to start this new career, then you're gonna know. You want a school that's really gonna offer you guidance and support in starting this new career, and you want to grow with them. So you know, you can, by calling in and asking some of these questions and just getting a feel for the customer service and the amount of time and effort they're willing to put into you, I think you guys can find out the difference between just a reseller and a school that really cares and is involved in their students' work. Thank you guys so much for watching, and good luck in finding an online school that works for you. If you have any questions at all, leave them down below. I'd love to make another video answering some of those questions, and also I love being in the comments answering questions. This is a new process, okay, you guys? And I know whenever I start something new, it's all about having questions and getting those answers, feeling satisfied, and moving on to the next step. So make sure that you guys are doing your research, and never let somebody make you feel uncomfortable asking questions. Thanks so much, guys. See you in the next video.